Okay, big kids, here's what you need. You need one tray. If they aren't here, they are probably, without making anybody too sick by moving my camera too fast, over by the sink because they had to get washed. We might have gotten them dirty, so they're over there to dry like that. Please don't place them flat unless they are completely dry, or else they're going to stay wet forever. But what you need to get today is you need one tray. You need one paper plate. Please make sure that when you grab them, all you see is one paper plate. Sometimes they're really sneaky and they'll stack up just like that. Make sure that you peel them apart if they're all stuck together so that they last us longer. If you take 5 plates, it's going to take away a lot of plates. You're going to have one paper plate. You're going to get one pump of white, one pump of black. You're going to take only this much paint. So if you see this plate right here, this is a good way to check visually. So if black is going to be about a quarter size little pile, white could be about twice that much. You might do 2 pumps of white, but don't get too much because you can always come back. And 2, maybe 3 pumps of color. We don't want to do too much at once because we can always get more, but we can't put it back in the bottles. So it's much easier to take just a little at a time, so don't go crazy. You will have one of these colors, either purple or green or blue. Do not take all 3, please. And you will take one brush. So let me grab one here. Kind of hard to do through the camera. There we go. Nice fluffy one. So there's my plate. I would have paint on this. And I need one more thing. So I'm going to come over to the sink. Just like if you guys were doing this. Right from your point of view too. You're also going to need 1/2 cup of water. So let me see if I can do this through the camera. There we go. Little trick. When you're back at the sink, do not turn this on full blast. If you turn it on full blast, you are going to wear it all over your front and all over your legs because it will seep around the edge because it splashes, and then there's a big puddle right here in this area of the sink that goes the whole way on, and it falls down the sink and it will actually drip on the floor. Please don't do that. No, 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 no. You want to make sure that it's only half power. I know it doesn't get a lot of thrills, but half power is going to make sure you stay dry so that you're not wet and cold all day long. And it also makes my art room nice and clean so that I don't have to make sure that I come after you for that. Shame, shame, shame. Please make sure it's only half power, and all you need is 1/2 cup. You don't need to get a whole lot of water all at once. You're probably going to come back and get water changed out anyway. So 1/2 cup, make sure it doesn't spill on your tray on your way back. And then you take all of your supplies, go right back to your seat, and then you start your work. So here's what you do to clean up, and I'm going to make it as quick as I can. You're going to bring this, and you're going to do 2 things. You're going to do the plate first is usually the easiest thing. You can kind of take care of that in the garbage. That would have paint on it. Please don't throw out a good plate, but I'll get that out of the trash in a minute. You're going to take your water, and back here at the sink, maybe we'll have some sink numbers here sometime. I'll let you know how that goes. You dump your water, you turn it on at half power only, just enough to get some water. You rinse it once, rinse it twice, and then you make sure that you put it on a rack somewhere so that it's upside down so any extra stuff gets knocked out onto the towels underneath, like right here. Then, a little piece of advice here. If your tray is nice and clean, please don't put any paint glob trays over here. Put your paint tray back so that other people can find it. And then you're going to have this glooby, ucky, messy brush. So here's what you do, and let me earthquake you for a minute while I shift to the sink. So let me grab my little stand out of here. There we go. Sometimes it doesn't pop out real well. There we go. Alright, so here's what you do. You turn on your sink half power. That's good. I don't want to get any stronger than that. And your paint is going to be globbed up in your brush. So very first thing, you want to take your fingers and kind of squeeze out that extra paint. That'll make it go quicker. And once your brush looks like it's really clean, it's not really clean. Here's what happens. If you take your brush, and let me see if this one's softened up yet, because I had a brush that dried with paint in it, and it's still very hard like a rock. That will take me a good 20 minutes of soaking in the water if you don't get it completely clean. So let me see, let's test and see how well somebody cleaned this brush the other day. So right here, this brush should be clean, but we'll see how it goes. Sometimes I get some surprise colors. But you take your brush, and you put a little bit of soap on it. You don't have to scrub it, just a couple little passes will do. And then you take your hand and you do a circle with your hand. And if those bubbles are even a little bit colored, that means that your brush is dirty. Now I can see that all of the bubbles, and I don't know if you can see from here. Let's tap and see if it'll focus. There we go. The bubbles are clear, or they're white, and there's no extra color in there. If those were green, or if they were gray or blue or whatever colors you're using, that tells me the brush is dirty. So somebody did a really good job cleaning this one. So when you get to a point, you might have to do that 2 or 3 times. So let's say I saw dirty bubbles. You rinse it. You go back to get some more soap. And you do it one more time. And you might have to do this 2 or 3 times before it's clean, but make sure it's clean. If you're the one that grabs that dirty brush, you know how bad that can get. You don't want to do that. So that, rinse it one last time. And then, let me show you where you put it, because I have something new this year. We used to put it over here, and you can still do that. Put it in the silverware part of the drying rack. Brush up, please. Or, since everybody couldn't reach, I actually did this with just 2 drying racks. I just put one over top of the other, so one goes this way and one goes this way. And it actually makes a really good brush stand. So we're going to put our brushes upright with the hair pointed up, please. This part, up, not down, up. And that will help us clean up. So hopefully we can get that started. Hopefully that helps you out, and we will go over sponges in a minute. Bye.